Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV.
Welcome to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. I'm your host, and I don't yawn. I'm Jamal. With me is my co-host, Reeves. Say what's up.
What's up, everyone? We're back. We're doing it. We're
Okay.
making the cook and choke.
Okay, and when he says we, it's just me and Reeves this week. Brian is having a little bit of a tummy issue. So Brian might not be on the episode this week. He's going to be in and out. If he's here, I love it when he's here. Love it when he's here. But he's having a little bit of a tummy ache, so he might be stopping in and out during the. Oh, he's back. Hey, Brian.
Hey,
so we're doing the
back.
record. We're doing the record.
I'm here
Man.
now.
All right, so Brian's here, and you can
Brian's
do your
here. We love that he's here. We want him to be here. Full disclosure, when we were doing the intro song, Brian did leave.
intro.
So there's
My-
a chance that Brian might leave again. He's
My
starting
dog
off that
scratched
way.
at the door. She scratched at the door. I had to open the door, and then she didn't come in. She just walked away.
And that's his
Maybe she was just
code
checking on
word
me.
for tummy issues.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a code word. My dog scratched at the door.
If it was a tummy thing, I would not have been gone that little. It would have been a while.
Hey, Jamal, where were you? The dog scratched at the door, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Yeah, a little dog scratched at the
Gotcha.
door.
Yeah. So Brian's here, and we're here for you, Brian, during this episode. So if
Thank you.
anytime you need a pause or a break, just let us know. And I guess that's more for you because you'll put those pause and breaks in the editing. But we're back. We're back. Episode 7, season 4 of Pod Chef. We're here. We're in the meta. And by talking about the meta, I'm talking about the meta that's on Twitch TV, obviously, which is for just chatting streamers to watch Master Chef and just watch it for hours and comment on it and get away with DMCA strikes. And so now we're doing that. We watched Master Chef and we're in the meta. We're in the meta now.
So
We watched Master Chef.
in case anyone's wondering if I understood what Jamal was talking about, I understood all of it. I know what it means. I am down with the meta. I
Yep.
know what a Twitch stream is.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we did watch MasterChef. That part
Yeah.
I know.
And you guys can follow us on Twitch at PodChef Podcast at twitch.tv/PodChef Podcast. We're often watching Top Chef just on YouTube Premium.
And Jamal, you do it in a bathtub, right?
I do it in a bathtub, in a bikini. I
Yeah, you
know.
do bikini stream.
Yeah, because I'm not conscious about my body. I like the bathtub, and also the TV in my bathtub. My bathroom is the best TV.
Well, what you say is that you are conscious about your body, but in a good way.
Yeah,
You're very
I'm
aware
very
of how good
aware
it
of
is,
my body. Yes,
of
I'm
how
like,
good it is.
I can't wait for bikini season,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and for me, that's year round.
It's year round. Yeah,
It's
you
year-round.
say, it's bikini season. People are like,
Yeah.
it's February.
you
And
go
my
to your
wife hates
friends-
it.
Yeah, you go to your wife and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's going to be bikini season. I am so
Yeah.
excited. Everyone's going to see my butt.
And
Because
she
it's looking
keeps
good.
saying, stop wearing my bikinis. You're stretching them out. But I like taking a bath like that and streaming. And so if you go to the pools and hot tub section on Twitch, you can see me streaming in a bikini, watching Top Chef and doing this podcast live, basically. So it's it's all for the video tier members, and that is our video tier.
Pools and hot tub section.
You think I'm joking? You should go look it up. It's a real thing.
Oh no.
It feels like where I would go when I would go to like Bass Pro Shop, and
Yep.
Carrie would be like, "We're not buying a hot tub," and I'd be like, "I just want to go to the pool hot tub section to look at them."
Yeah, can I dream? Can I have a dream, please?
When
They
we
got
bought a
one-
house, I was like, "Can we get a hot tub?" And she was like, "No." That's how you know I'm like trash. I'm like trash who gets money. I'm like, well, I got a house. I gotta have a hot tub, right? She's like, absolutely not.
You're like,
Well, you gotta have a
"Oh,
hot
above
tub in
ground-
the house, right?
Yeah,
above ground
above ground pool. We'll build the deck around it.
Around it. That way, when you get out, you're on the deck.
Yeah, no, these are things that when I was a kid and I was like, oh, my friend has money, they have a hot tub.
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I want. I want a hot tub and I want 2 big recliner chairs with cup holders. And she told me no to both of those things.
Here's why she doesn't want the hot tub, because hot tubs require a lot of maintenance and cleaning. And let's be honest, you're not going to do it.
And she doesn't want the recliner chairs because she knows that you will probably spill your entire big gulp in the little cup holder thing, and you'll forget to clean it out. It'll just be one big sticky thing, and then you're gonna stick your hand in there and
Yep.
pull it out. Then what happens? B problem.
Then I touch everything in the house and everything else gets sticky and the dog is sticky.
Everything's
And then
sticking
Carrie's
to
like,
you.
you were in my drawer. I'm like, no, I wasn't. And she's like, well, it's very sticky. I can tell you're in my drawer. And then I get busted wearing her bikinis.
And
I
then,
don't get
like,
caught wearing them. I just get caught having touched them and everything is
Yeah.
sticky now.
So that's what I'm doing on Twitch. So if you want to come over there and watch some Top Chef with your boy, come on over. But we did watch Master Chef.
And it works out that that we're doing that because Tom is like, oh, you guys are watching new shows. Let's put you guys to work. Is basically
Tom
what
was
he
in the
said.
chat. Tom was in the chat when
He
I was
was in
watching
the
it.
chat. Yeah.
And he was like, hey, you're the same Jamal, right? And I was like, I mean, we're not all the same, but yes, I am the one you're talking about because your name's Tom Colicchio, top judge on Top Chef.
It's he had to pay more to get that long username, but he got the money, so he did it.
So he kept saying, why aren't you doing the podcast? I said, well, this is the video tier. It's just a free video tier. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, review a new show for me, please, because I want to get some ideas for the next season of Top Chef.
He wants to steal ideas for Top Chef. He says Top Chef is getting stagnant. He wants new ideas. And just a quick little thing here. The last time I think Jamal started talking about video tier services and Twitch streams, Carrie was listening and she was like, I don't know what's happening. So people who are listening and who go, I don't know what's happening, Jamal is doing what we like to call in the business. He's doing a podcast. And what you do when you do a podcast is you just say stuff. And if it doesn't make sense, that's fine. It's a podcast.
I mean, it makes perfect sense to, like a very niche part of our audience, but Carrie's got to educate herself on what's happening. Just go to twitch.tv and just browse,
Just go to the hot tubs and pool
Just
section.
go to hot tubs and pool section and browse.
Yeah, just dip your hand in there.
Dip your toes in the water. It's warm. They're hot tubs. So we're watching Master Chef. What'd you guys think?
I liked it. I kind of
What'd
liked
you
it a
think?
lot.
Okay, hold on. Reeves, what did you think?
I thought it sucked shit.
Did you really?
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
Okay, so we got two extremes.
Jamal, where are you in
I'm
this?
somewhere in the middle, I think.
That's
Somewhere
good.
between it sucked shit and I liked it.
That's
Somewhere in between there.
What did you hate about it, Reeves?
So I said this
Walk me
last
through
week. I don't like Gordon Ramsay, and I think it
Sure.
like it becomes, if he's in the show, it
about
becomes
him.
almost insurmountable for me to like it because it's so much about him. It also it's formatted. Listen, there's nothing wrong with the show. People can like the show. That's fine. It's formatted like it reminded me of American Ninja Warrior, where it starts with like this like background story on the person, just like their journey or whatever they've had to overcome, and then transitions into them, cooking and then presenting it to these judges. I don't give a shit about that part at all. And that's my least favorite part of American Ninja Warrior. It's my least favorite part of the Olympics. I do not care. I don't think you need it. I think being a good cook is enough and interesting enough for me. But I get that a lot of other people like that part.
So Gordon Ramsay is kind of like the Cam Newton of the cooking world. If he's there, he's a distraction.
Yeah, I think that's how I feel too.
Right? If
He
he's
looks
there,
like a
he's not
rotting
the show.
pumpkin.
He doesn't
He
look
definitely
great.
looks like his face is like a mask that should be worn on Halloween.
Yeah, it's like kind of like it's at a transitional part in Mission Impossible when you're about to take the mask off, but you're like
And it's
rubbing the
wrinkly.
face to do it.
It's like almost like they stopped midway of taking it off.
Yeah.
Mm.
Who are the other guys?
So Mario, but not Mario Batali. Sorry,
I don't know him. Don't associate me with him.
It's not him. It's Emerald Lagasse.
Okay, well,
him,
I
but
just-
he was a special guest.
yeah.
Just
No,
the
I
whole
thought he
Mario
was-
Batali thing. I
Yeah.
think you have a big picture of you and him shaking hands. Like it looks like it's
Yeah.
at some event behind you.
He signed it. I can't get rid of it. It's nice. It's memorabilia.
He
You
signed
can't get
it.
rid of memorabilia. It doesn't depend. No matter what happened between the person that's in the picture, If it's
Yeah, but
memorabilia,
It's
you
just
try
you.
it.
It's just
Brian.
you and him.
Brian, he signed it. Hey, Brian, good chat. We have so much in common.
I mean, I tell people that it's not what you think it is,
Mhm.
but people think it is what I think it is. And then people are like, well, that's what it is.
Exactly.
Okay.
So,
Well, he
Uh,
wasn't on the show. Apparently, Paula Dean is, but he's not on the
Yeah.
show.
So
Yeah.
why not cart Batali out there? If you're gonna have Paula Dean out there, bring out Batali. Reeves, is there anything from MasterChef that you think Tom should utilize in Top Chef? You hated it. Was there anything you think that they should bring to the show? This is what Tom has tasked us to do. So if you hated the show, but maybe it's something that you liked, or something that Top Chef could do
Okay.
better.
So here's the analogy I came up with. If Top Chef is the NFL, Master Chef is the XFL. And the good things about the XFL were you could not call for a fair catch, right? You had to
Yeah.
get hit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that they should do some of that in Top
Mhm.
Chef, where there's no barriers between you and getting hit with criticism or anything like that. They don't. There's no
fair catch.
there's no fair catch at all. Stuff like that.
I should have picked up on that because that makes so much sense now that MasterChef is XFL because Gordon Ramsay had a jersey on the back said he hate me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't put that together, but yeah,
And he
it's
was
the XFL.
talking about Reeves.
Yeah, he said he hate me. He's talking about Reeves.
Yeah, he's like, it fuels me though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, we watched like the audition part of the show, which like didn't focus a lot of cooking. It was mostly like 10 seconds of cooking and then a lot of
Yeah.
these four men trying to decide if they should get a
And I
apron
know
or
what you're
not.
thinking. Finally, a show that finally has the right composition of judges.
Yeah. 4 older men,
Finally.
yeah, who bring, aspiring chefs into a room alone with them.
Hey, I
and
will
they
say
give them
this.
feedback.
I'll say this. Even in this audition, here's something they can bring to Top Chef. In this audition, these 4 men liked black people's cooking.
They did.
Maybe they should bring that concept over to Top Chef.
Yeah, that'd be good. That's a good start for Top Chef.
Yeah.
Not this season that we're currently watching, though, which can't
Nope.
happen.
Exactly.
Do better, Top Chef. Okay,
Wow.
I liked the show, and I'll share a couple things that I think that Top Chef could steal from Master Chef.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the so I like backstories. I'm a heart. You know what? I'm an ENFP. This is what I do. I feel. I emote. I want this.
What is ENFP? That's energy, nightmare, fucking problem. Like, what is it?
Yeah, that's what it stands for.
He's got nightmares. You get nightmares?
I don't know. My company made me do a Myers-Briggs test like 4 years ago, and we talk about it every week. And I'm just like, yeah, I know Robin Williams is one too. Who knows? But so I like to hear the stories. So I like that the family members are there for the auditions. I think that was fun with like
Mhm.
them cheering them on. I
Some
like
family
that.
members were in the show together.
Yeah, we had a
That was
mom versus
interesting.
daughter.
Mhm. That
Both of
was
them
cool.
didn't get it.
And ladies, it's not a competition with each other, but in the show it is. But with
Yeah.
each other,
Show.
it's not a competition.
That was nice. I like that there was the guy that had his child, and on the way
Yes.
in, he said, like, can you believe it that daddy made it all the way to Master Chef? And his child said, I don't give a shit. Stop. I don't want to go here.
You said
I
we
don't
were going
know
to
what you're
Legoland.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said we're going to Legoland. You took me here. You're going to make me watch you cook.
His
said we're
son
gonna-
was like, "You've done this take 14 times already. Just take one of the previous takes."
I did. I liked that. I like the big giant red digital clock. Love that. Top Chef could use a big giant clock. Right now
Yeah.
they don't have a big clock. They have to like tell each other how much time it is. You put a big clock up there. We're knowing how much time is left.
I think that's a great idea. And I think they should do it like wrestling when they do an Ironman thing where they have it at the bottom, or, any sports thing where it's like you have the timer at the bottom. So you're following in real, what time
Yes.
they're at, and it's
Yes.
always there.
Mhm.
I actually like that. I think that would be kind of cool.
Great. Okay, Tom. Timers, more timers. Big red digital clock and a clock so that we all at home can see how much time is there in real time.
Yep.
Mhm.
We all like that.
This is all going to be great for Top Chef.
Okay, I have two more. One, second to last, make me cry more. This show wanted me to cry a lot.
A lot.
For an episode 1, it was like, hey, Brian, do you want to cry a little bit? And I was like, not really, but then I did.
Yeah.
And that goes back with like the family and the backstory stuff. There's this like this woman who is from like a third world country, and she like made this like a shrimp dish, and they were like, good God, this is the best food I've ever had in my entire life. And I'm just like, oh God, I
This is
want to
the
cry.
best dish that was served today.
Yeah, they were fighting over the prawns in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a
Man,
lot
so
of
many
people
shrimp.
that had very hard lives.
Yeah.
Which was sad. I will admit that.
And then there was that frat dude who had no hard life.
Yeah,
And
nope.
he did know how to make fried rice.
This is not fried rice, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
but it tastes
but it's
good.
tasty.
He got an apron. Okay, last one. And this, I think we all can agree on. And this needs to go straight to the top. When we're giving Tom our list of things to steal from MasterChef, this is number 1, okay? And that is more busty blondes from Boston.
Okay.
She stole the show from me. She had this crazy accent. She looked insane.
Okay.
They all loved her. She brought her whole family there. And she made some banana thing with soy sauce or something like that.
It was a miso cake.
It was a miso
cake.
banana cake, and they loved it. And she was like, "The camera loves me," and her accent was insane.
Okay, and so Brian is what I would like to call a modern TV viewer, where when he looks at things on TV, and we might have talked about this before, I don't know, I can barely remember things that happened 5 minutes ago. If he's looking at something at TV, he wants it to be good looking. Everyone involved needs to be good looking. We don't want average looking people, normal people that are maybe talented or have an interesting background. We want the best looking people.
I don't care what you're good at. Just be good looking to me.
When we went to me and Brian went to LA, and he kept walking around saying, if you're not good looking, you're not worth booking.
I kept going to everyone that was attractive, and I was like, hey, do you want to cook on a TV show? And they're like, yeah, sure, of course.
You're good looking. You're worth booking.
Yeah.
And then Brian kept saying, come meet me at my couch.
And then, coincidentally, that these stories line up. That's when I met Mario Batali.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they were both shopping for the same couch.
Casting couch. Yeah.
So you really like the show?
I might keep watching the show, honestly.
That's cool. And you know what would be real fun? I mean, I like this whole thing where we watch a new show every week. I
have to keep watching the show. I've got a Twitch contract to uphold.
That's right. I think it would also be fun if somehow this kind of caves in on itself, where we all just pick ones that we like, and it's all different. And every week we just do a report on ones that we watched, but
that's a lot of fun.
We didn't watch any of the other ones.
That's a lot of fun and chaotic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
to our very structured show. It might bring some chaos to our very structured show.
Yeah, it's very good for this show.
Jamal, do you have any takeaways that you think Tom should use in Top Chef from this show, other than like black people's cooking? which again can go at number 2 underneath Busty Blondes from Boston. I agree that we shouldn't have, but that's number 2.
You can't make it number 1. You might scare people off with that.
Yes, so, you have to ease them in.
I think this show did a much better job of just getting right to it. And I don't want to say because it's a panel of all men, but they got right to it in the judges table. I mean, they were just making decisions left and right. And the judges table here in Top Chef, it goes on and on. Sometimes they don't even make a decision, and you got to wait till the next episode.
Yeah.
And it's like,
the
Master Chef, they just get to it. And like, are they apron worthy or not? Yes or no? Great. Get them out of here.
You remember that Seinfeld episode when Elaine was like, oh, is this guy apron worthy? You know, she had like one apron left. And she kept being like, is this guy apron worthy? And then she would like, she was with him and she'd be like, I don't know if you're apron worthy or not. And they had to like prove themselves to her.
I remember that. There's also the friend who was dating Jerry who came over and said, hey, we're about to make cookies. Do you have any aprons that I can use? And she's like, I can't give you one of my aprons.
Can't spare an apron.
I can't spare an apron.
Yeah. Henry, do you like Seinfeld?
I've never seen Seinfeld, so I don't know. I like that guy said that to describe a dish, he said, the best taste in this dish is your ambition. He's like, and I love the taste of ambition.
Mhm.
You get a freaking jacket or whatever.
So Jamal knows I have no ambition. Can either of you describe what ambition tastes like to me, so I can just know what this feeling might have been like for this man?
Well, for me, it's like on a Sunday morning, you wake up early and you put on and you want to make a red sauce and you let it simmer all day long. It's
Mhm.
not about, rushing through it like a hastily made scramble of eggs.
Mhm.
It's about the slow cultivation and building of layers. Your ambition is being peppered in. Now I'm putting in some more salt and maybe a little bit of sugar. Just layering it and slowly building it up till it's perfected. And at the end, you slap it up on some spaghetti that you should be doing with dried spaghetti and not fresh pasta. And then you're like, man, that was worth it. That was worth the wait.
And Brian, to translate that for you,
Mhm.
you go into your refrigerator, you see the big tub of sloppy Joe mix.
Mhm. Mhm.
You
Well,
roll it out.
you keep it in the pantry. It doesn't need to be
Mhm.
refrigerated.
That's right.
That's pantry fresh.
That's right.
Pantry
You scoop
fresh.
it out, you throw that bad boy in the microwave, then you put it on 2 buns, and you just
Mhm.
go to town. That's ambition, baby.
That's ambition. Either one works.
Well, then that's my favorite thing to taste too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So either a red sauce, which takes all day, or very quick
Canned
sloppy
sloppy joes from the brand Manwich.
Joes. Mm. They should call it Canwich.
Cam Newton should sell it.
Camwich?
Isn't that what you said?
I said Canwich because it's from a can.
Mm.
So the branding was better.
I don't know why people don't like this part of the show. This part's
Chefs, I prepared for
great.
you.
Chefs, I prepared for you. This is a segment we do every week where we talk about what we had for dinner last night, only last night, and present it to you as if we're presented to the judges on Top Chef. I'll go first. Chefs, I prepared for you. Skillet browned ground beef. 100% grass fed, baby.
What's your fat to lean?
Ooh, what a good question, because it was 85 to 15. And then once the fat rendered out, we turn that heat up high to render off all that fat.
That's good.
You don't drain. My mom used to drain ground beef. Do you drain
No.
yours?
No, I don't need to if you render off all the fat. Cook the
Okay.
fat off. Cook the
Okay.
fat off.
Not if you cook it right.
It gets some of the pieces crispy too. Ooh, your mom's doing it wrong.
There's lots of things she did wrong.
Get her on the line.
Yeah.
Tell her what she
And I had
wrong.
a lemon juice arugula salad with mashed sweet potatoes, and for dessert, frozen blueberries.
What a treat.
I mean, it was very nutrient dense.
So you just ate ground beef.
Mm-hmm.
Beef
You didn't
scramble.
mix it with anything.
Mix it with the arugula salad.
Just beef.
4 ounces
4
ground
ounces.
beef. Yep.
That's not bad.
Sorry. Yeah, 4 ounces a serving.
I feel like that's the type of meal that I would make before my wife explained to me that's not what cooking is, or that's not what like a dinner is. There was one time, very famously, where we were dating. She came over to my apartment
Mhm.
and said, can you make me something for dinner? I said, yes. Would you like a salad? She said, yes. And she said, well, what are you going to put on it? And I said, I don't know what you mean by that. It's going to be greens, and then I'm going to put some ranch dressing on it. And she's like, that's not
Not a
salad,
Yeah.
which is fair.
Well,
Look
here's
how far
the
I've
thing.
come.
Here's the thing, and you've had my mac and cheese, so I can cook a real meal, and I do often cook full, complete meals. But I mean, I'm cooking for me, so I can cook how I want to cook.
Yeah.
Do how you
Yeah.
want it.
I can do whatever the hell I freaking want.
Well, Carla's cooking her own thing too. She's not going to share that with you.
Yeah, I mean, my wife cooks, but
Mhm.
she doesn't cook for me.
Refuses to.
Yeah, most nights loudly,
Loudly refusing or loudly
Yeah.
cooking?
loudly cooking and quietly refusing. I'm like, can I have some of that? She's like, no, but I'm cooking for me. And she starts singing a song, and I'm like, you're just singing the "I'm cooking for me" song again, and you've been doing it for an hour.
kind of rubbing your face in it when you think about
Not
it.
kind of Reeves. She is. Because she
Yeah.
then starts talking about like what she's cooking. She's like, "Ooh, pan-seared chicken just for me."
It's so good. This is so
Yeah.
delicious, man.
Cra-
Someone else should
crazy
try
thing
this.
is that she's basically cooking the same thing you cook. It sounds like if she's doing pan-seared chicken, that's what you do too.
Hey, you're right. But sometimes she's like bringing in duck, and she's like sits there and scores the fat on the duck, and she's like, "Ooh, I can't wait for this skin to crisp up, and you to never get a bite."
And
She
this
brings
is
in
foreplay,
scallops.
right?
She
This
has
is foreplay?
shrimps. I wish it was.
Okay.
I
It's
mean,
post-play.
it's foreplay in a way because either way, I'm gonna be finished. But
Uh-huh. Okay.
I don't. Let's just say that we're not having a family meal anytime soon.
Gotcha. Okay. Shooting
Yeah.
blanks.
Chefs, I prepared for you.
It's about gun safety, bro. Ever since what's his name, Alec Baldwin, I'm all about gun safety.
It keeps that thing on safety.
Yeah, I keep it pointing to the ground.
It's
I
like
can-
I wiped, and we're gonna get into improv. Wiped the scene, but the scene kept going.
Refuse. I don't recognize sweeps.
Sweet beds. Chefs, I prepared for you a bean and cheese burrito. With
And you made
some
this?
pinto beans. I made this,
Okay.
and we're gonna get a bit of a Reeves rant here, which I guess is basically all I do in the show. Pinto beans, cheese, onion, garlic, peppers, good stuff. I got a bone to pick with Whole Foods and their tortillas.
Here we
Their
go.
Tortillas are fucking shit. They have a massive tortilla section, and it's all different varieties of different kinds of tortillas. Great, fine. People like different types of tortillas with different bases or whatever. Your basic is your corn and your flour. You should have many of them, and they should be good. And they don't have many of them, and they are
And they're
bad.
bad.
Everything is bad there. I got their burrito sized tortilla, and it fell apart, and it made
Oh,
me
no.
angry and inadequate, and I know it wasn't my fault.
Mm.
Do you use canned refried beans, like the canned pinto beans refried, or do you just get?
I have in the past, but for this recipe, it's basically you're making the refried beans. So you get pinto
Okay.
beans, and then you kind of cook it down with like onion and pepper and all this stuff. And you kind of mash
Okay.
up a little bit in the sauce, and that makes
I should try that. I can't find a good canned pinto bean. There was a brand that I liked, but I can't find it at the stores anymore, and so I can't find a good canned refried bean. And I gotta keep trying, or make them myself. But who's got the time?
Who's got the time to soak all those beans?
Who got the time?
Oh,
Soak
man.
beans overnight. I love a
Overnight.
bean and cheese burrito.
Overnight beans.
Was that?
Overnight beans.
Yeah. One time I made, before the podcast, when we were all doing pandemic weird stuff, I made red beans and rice, like fully, like did it from scratch. And it was okay. It wasn't better than Popeyes, but it was okay. Chefs, last night I prepared for you jackfruit, pulled barbecue jackfruit burger, like jackfruit barbecue sliders, with a my wife and I call them cowboy salads, which is like greens, tortillas, corn, black beans, and I put a little ranch on there. You know, you got to put a little ranch on there. Salt, pepper. Do it right.
That sounds great. And it sounded like a little bit like those cowboy characters we had in here like over 3 months ago or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
I don't remember their names or really their origin, but it did sound a little bit like that.
And they're just
Yeah.
gone. What happened to those guys?
Well, I think because it's winter, they can't come back. They're gonna come back during
That's right.
the summer.
Yeah.
Mm.
Can't
As
really
if-
travel in the snow.
Yeah, I mean, we've all played Red Dead Redemption's first mission, right?
That's the only mission I played on that game, actually.
Yeah, it's
Me too.
such a hard mission in the snow, and your horses, their feet are so cold.
Poor horse.
Poor horsey.
Mhm.
So that's what I had for dinner last night.
Hmm.
And the jackfruit that I bought also from Whole Foods, and there were a lot of fucking seed husks in there, and it was really a bummer. Like it almost made it inedible.
Well,
Thank
you-
God
you-
there was a
you-
cowboy salad.
You found a way to get around it, right?
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So you improvised. We'll be right back after this.
Sure.
Perfecto.
Pod Chef.
And we're back, season 5, episode 7 of Pod Chef, season 4, episode 7 of Top Chef.
Yes, easy.
Easy.
Only
I
an
never-
idiot would confuse that.
Only a damn moron would mess up saying that every week.
You would need to be a complete ass.
You'd have to be a butt muncher to not be able to say that perfectly every single week and know exactly what you're talking about and not need multiple takes to do it. So we're back. This episode title is called Improv, everyone's favorite. And we'll get into that soon. Let's just get right into it. At the beginning of the show, Spike says the room that he sleeps in got uglier because the pretty boy left.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's talking about you, Ryan. He's talking about you, babe.
Yeah. Pretty boy Ryan.
He's gone.
But we finally did get...
Andrew cried the most weird way I've ever seen a man cry, which is he put a finger to his eye and he went, eat.
Yeah, just one.
And people say men don't show their feelings. We do. You
Yeah.
just, you're not.
You're just looking
paying
for it
attention to
wrong. Maybe you're
Yeah.
looking for me to like cry, like big wet tears and sobbing.
That's not how
No,
we do it.
I
We
look
just
at the
go,
camera and I go, eat
Yeah,
with my finger.
super easy.
There
Then
were
you go
feet
about
in
your
the
day.
opening too. There were feet, just feet freaks, flags up. Let your feet.
I was gonna try and
Let
go
your
an
feet
episode
freak flags
without
fly.
bringing it up, but boy, oh boy, did I have to pause the episode before I could keep going.
Oh, man.
I paused the episode, went and watched an Allison Roman clip, and came back.
And since people watch along real time with us,
You should
listen to
pause,
podcasts,
go
should
watch
we
Allison
pause a little
Roman,
bit,
and come back.
Then come back.
I
Yeah.
had a hot dog party of my own, if you know what I'm saying.
We'll wait for you.
So it's a dessert quickfire. Finally, a real testing quickfire. Everyone's going to get tested. Everyone's getting the quickfire test. You got to make a dessert.
Yeah, pastry chef 101. We got
Mhm.
Johnny Ruzzini in there. He's got a nice big chain wallet.
He does.
Because no one is safe in the Top Chef kitchen.
Nope.
Your money is not safe. Someone might
Yep.
rob you.
So I might try and run off with your wallet, and you got to have it chained to your body.
Mhm.
That's funny. Is that weird that I'm black as a black guy and most chain wallets were made to stop black guys from taking your wallet, and I've never had a chain wallet?
Is that weird?
Is that weird?
Is that weird?
Or is it something that I don't want to talk about?
All right, I tried to trap you guys. You didn't fall for it. Good job. There's gonna be a lot of these traps, and you guys keep
Yeah.
avoiding them. That's good.
2022, the year of the trap. We're looking for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that's what I'm going. So Richard makes a banana scallops because he's tongue in cheek and very witty.
Mhm. He says that.
He says that about himself. By the way.
Listen, I'm not a pastry chef, but
Mhm.
I'm very witty, and I'm pretty
Mhm.
tongue in cheek.
Yep.
And when you think about someone who's witty and funny, they usually tell you that,
Yep.
and then
all
they
the time.
proceed to say very funny things, just
Yep.
like Richard does.
So Spike is taking an interesting approach. He's like, man, I could make all these things like a chocolate molten cake in 5 minutes, but I'm gonna do souffle poorly instead.
In a pineapple.
Yeah, and
The
a
fuck
pineapple.
was that?
I don't think
Whatever.
Spike yet fully understands that he's in a competition to win and should be using whatever he can do the best and the quickest.
It's all a damn joke to him. He's not taking it very seriously. I think he's got a thing for, which is understandable. He's got a thing for like French cooking, and I feel like he always wants to show certain like basic French techniques and dishes because he's like always wanting to do soups and souffles and all this kind of shit. But I think he just kind of falls on his face a lot. But he seems to be doing pretty well sitting right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's that kind of guy that'll get further than you think and be like, oh, that guy's still here, and then gone like top 5 or so.
Hey, long story short, Dale, Lisa, and Richard are the favorites, and Richard wins. He made banana scallops, and he wins. He
Okay.
won the dessert.
It sounded gross. I love bananas, but like with the guacamole thing.
Yeah, Pam had called
Was
that
that
out, but she was
this?
like, I like it. Yeah, apparently
Yeah.
this pastry or whatever it was with bananas and stuff on it had some guac on it, and Pamela liked it. She said it was surprising. I liked
Yeah,
it.
So
she
now
liked
it's in
it.
the Top Chef cookbook.
I think the worst. Yes, that's right. The Top Chef cookbook, which I think Nikki either said to the cookbook or to the improv challenge, she went cool, And like it was this weird line.
I think it was the cookbook. She was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's so cool.
She was like, cool.
So
Hope I get that once I get kicked off this show.
But I feel like this quick fire is fun. It's fine quick fire, but also very, very mean spirited. We learned that Jen had swore that she would never bake,
Mhm,
Yeah.
and they forced her to do it.
mhm,
She had to face her demons and bake.
mhm.
Well, she kind of like, as they were explaining the challenge, you saw her like her head was down. She was shaking her head and she was like, I swear I never do this again. Okay, let's go. And then she pulled a gun out and walked to the pantry.
Yep.
So
And all you heard was 3 shots.
yeah.
She put a coin down in front of this, like, at this hotel, and the guy took the coin, and he was like, so I'm guessing you're back. And she was like, yeah, I guess I'm back. And then she proceeded to make some food that wasn't really very good.
So there's, it's a bunch of techno music going in the background.
So now it's the
Just
time.
when I thought I'm out, they pulled me back in to the kitchen.
Who are you doing?
That's,
it's Keanu Reeves and John Wick.
Yeah, it's Keanu Reeves and John Wick.
All right, good. All right, got it. So we're at the part of the show that we've all been waiting for, and Reeves can't run away from. We now get to talk about improv. And to kick us off, Mark is going to introduce us to improv.
Tonight, for a little inspiration, you're all going to see the show at Second City. It's the birthplace of improvisational comedy here in America.
So there's been a couple of good people that have come out of Second City. John Belushi, Blues Brothers, Bill Murray, Stephen Colbert, and Steve Carell out of The Office. I'm very excited to see an improv show. I want to see what it's all about.
Huh. I noticed something about all the people he named. I noticed that, he didn't say Tim Meadows or Jerry Minor or Bob Curry or Brandon Johnson.
Yeah, he missed those names. He also didn't say...
But he did hit the big names.
No, yeah, he hit the big guys, the ones that we love.
The big boys.
I mean, besides of his glaring omissions, I do think he name-checked. It was a solid improv name-check.
It was for
For someone from Australia.
Yeah, that's a good improv team if they all perform together.
Oh my god, would you guys see that team?
Oh my god,
can
can
you
you see the
imagine?
funnies now?
Dream Team. So fucking funny.
How much would you pay to see that show?
Like
my God,
upwards to
$15
$12.
Maybe $12.
Upwards of $12.
I'd throw down $12.
It's
I
just
love-
like, ugh.
I love that Mark said, I'm excited to see improv because that's about how it goes. That level of
You start there.
enthusiasm,
Yeah.
You start with that and then you leave, and it's definitely not higher than that. It's
Yeah.
probably a little bit lower, your
Yeah.
level of enthusiasm. It was like, I saw improv.
I've
The
never
end.
heard someone before a show say, I'm excited to see improv, then after a show come up to me and say, I'm still excited to see improv.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
at my show and they were my friend.
Yeah. That's nice that they talked to you afterwards.
Right? They didn't just leave and send a text saying, fun show.
Yeah.
I
Fun
did.
That sounds nice.
I had to go stick my dick in a red ant hole. Had to leave real fast, but fun show.
Your friend did that?
Yeah, my friend said I
They
had to
had
leave
to do it?
mid-show.
God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you.
And now someone's going to yawn.
Mhm.
So your friend had to
Oh,
go do
God.
that?
If
What
you
made
yawn,
them
I'm
do
gonna
that?
puke.
And Brian's got the poop pants covered, so we don't.
Yeah.
Do that.
Did you guys notice that no one from who's doing improv is famous now? So just to let you know, Mark did name check a couple people who took some improv classes and are now famous, and that's it. There are no more.
There's no others.
It's full. They're
It's
done.
If you didn't get in then, you're not going to get in now.
Yeah. So maybe you want to move to Portland and start an improv theater, but just know that you're not going to be famous for improv.
Brian's views don't represent everyone else on the show. Those are- Brian's views
Co-sign
represent
I
himself.
said this when she was on the podcast.
So they had to go to the show. They were forced to go at gunpoint. I guess.
Well, hold
Jen
on.
got
Mark
it done.
Mark compliments Richard's shirt before they go and says, "Nice pink shirt, matches your skin tone." So let's
fucking
take
burn.
everyone back. Let's take everyone back and just hear a real quick clip of what improv was like in 2008.
Well, dance, monkey, dance. We arrive at Second City and we're enjoying the show. It was actually nice, relax for a second, and just be entertained.
Okay, right. Somebody beat the hell out of this pig.
So in the beginning, when she says "dance, monkey, dance," she was saying it to a black improviser, and you could do that.
He
back
was
then.
playing a monkey,
Jamal is doing a funny joke. There were no black improvisers on that team.
It was 2008.
It was
Come on, folks.
2008. There was
Yeah.
maybe 2 women and then like 9 white guys that all looked the same.
You know where the black people were? Waiting for the show to end so we could clean up.
Can I? Do you guys want to do? So look, Behind the Candelabra, call back to 100 seasons ago. We'll let you go. Jamal Reeves and myself are improvisers. It's what we do. It's where we met. It's who we are, and we're just hoping to get that call up to UCB to one day be on the main stage. But until then, we're here to do this podcast for you. We are some of the best improvisers in the entire world. So with that being said, I'm gonna on the spot put you guys in something. We've heard those 2 lines.
Yep.
Dance for me, monkey, and someone beat the hell out of this pig. Give me in less than 3 lines the game, the who, the what, and the where of this scene that would have led to those lines.
Wait, of this complete scene or just those individual scenes?
I'm assuming that's one big scene.
Okay.
So what was the initiation? If you want to even give me the word that they got from the audience to get those, let's do that too. And then take me through the initiation to get the who, the what, the where, and hit that game for Dance for Me Monkey and someone beat the hell out of this pig.
Okay, the initiation, the word they got suggestion was gambling. And they were doing the game was every time you lose a bet, you got to make someone do anything they had to do that was embarrassing. So it was like, dance, monkey, dance. And then someone's got to kill this donkey.
So Jamal did that. So Reeves, do you want to hit me with the who, the what, and the where, the first 3 lines of this scene?
Yeah, I can go ahead and tell you exactly what I would do if I had to walk onto the scene or whatever. I go, "Hey, it's me, your cousin."
That's the who.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Relationship nailed.
Marvin Berry.
Okay,
Ooh,
and now
specifics.
we're
Okay,
getting a pop
specifics.
culture reference. Love it.
You know that you know that monkey you've been looking for? Well, listen to this. And then I do
This is 3 lines or less, right?
A phone up.
He
to
nailed
it.
it.
Yeah. Okay. And for people at home, if you've never been to an improv show, you have a 50% chance of seeing that line in any improv show that you've ever been to. So I've given you don't really need to see improv now.
You also have a 50% chance of seeing any 2 people make out,
Yeah,
like we did in this show.
depends on who's going to be there. Also, for those at home, if you haven't seen improv, good. Keep doing it. Keep doing that. Keep on keeping on, baby.
No, improv is great. This was just a different time, so it was only white guys doing it.
Guys, can we redo our scenes? I'm not sure I feel good about our scenes.
Nope, you can't. And I just negated you, so now I'm doing improv at all.
Why don't we organically find our way back to improv at some point during this podcast?
Okay. Well, someone did have their own review of improv. Let's listen.
Happy, sad, rage, grief, perplexed,
People are just calling out all sorts of weird stuff.
drunk,
I
drunk.
I think that it shows you real genius when someone can do improv.
And I couldn't agree more, and thank you.
Yeah.
He's
Thank
talking
you.
about us.
But the real genius that we are being displayed on our TV screen, if you're watching on your computer, your laptop screen,
Tell him.
is Nikki guessing what's going on.
She's in the hive mind, folks.
She's
fucking there.
nails it. They think they've got these chef testants fooled. But
And they
she
do have
knows.
almost all of them fooled,
She
except
knows.
for Nikki.
No, Nikki, yeah. She's like, a food, a color, an emotion.
I'm on a TV show.
I'm on a TV show.
She looks right at camera. She goes, "Whoa!" And then she starts.
We're
to
not here to
disappear.
enjoy a night out in Chicago, are we?
Yeah. So
And then they grab Nikki and say, "Come here and do a talking head real fast."
they take a bunch of suggestions, and then the suggestions, of course, lead to what their elimination challenge is. That's what they got to use to make the frickin' cooking.
Yeah, so this might be, for all improv in history, the best use of improv suggestions ever. Like the chef's actually taking the suggestion and making a dish and serving it to people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's pretty good, but I don't know if it's better than some of the great invocations I've done and seen performed. That's
what?
really using a suggestion fully into the
You're
best
right.
way.
So
I
a
take
little
back what I said.
insight for the audience into my mind. I am in my own personal hell right now, but I realize that it's like, this is the episode, right? It is. I can't.
We
get
have to
away
do
from it.
this.
So if it's going to
Yeah.
happen in any episode, it's going to happen this episode. So I have to learn to be okay with it.
So can we talk about something? When is the girl in the goat going to give us some drama? Does she give us some drama? She seems too normal to be on this show.
No, she's pretty normal.
Mm-hmm.
I want some drama.
You're not going to get it from her.
Well, we might get it from this guy because he's freaking funny.
Over to the butcher and ask for some beef fat. My idea is to basically marinate these tofu steaks in beef fat. It's kind of like a Seinfeld skit. This tofu tastes like beef. What's up with that? It's perplexing.
Oh, they don't have like
Hey, hi. Sorry, I'm just here getting some food for a picnic. Do you guys have beef fat?
Is this an improv scene?
Oh, we were doing a scene? Yes. And it's a transaction scene. Great, the best. It's $4 a pound.
$4 a pound.
Please fight me on the cost. This is good. This is good.
No. I'm actually okay with that. That's actually better than down the street. So I'll take a pound of beef fat.
Okay, $4, please.
Well, I usually don't pay here. I usually pay at the front.
Well, and this is the odd and unusual thing. You pay me, the butcher.
I pay you here at the butcher?
Yep. Now you've
What's the butcher got to do with paying?
You've repeated the odd or unusual thing, and now we need to. So you've set the pattern. So now let's keep it going.
What do I have to pay the butcher for? This
Reeves, are you having a good time?
Hey, Chuck, it's your cousin, Marvin Berry. You know that new meat stuff you've been looking for? Well, then listen to this. Edit.
All right.
My favorite thing about this whole thing is that Antonia and Jennifer are told that Antonia and Lisa are magenta drunk Polish sausage, and they both went, "Fuck this challenge! I am not gonna do it. I'm gonna make a fucking fish."
I kind of like that. And it's just like, they were like, first of all, they were like, we don't eat that. We both have barely even had Polish sausage. And then also they're just like, we don't like it. We're not going to do it. We're going to do something else. And so we're going to A to C it. We're going to do something different. And then they got freaking dinged by their coaches, but their coaches, I don't know, were from Second City, and were like, it should be A to A, actually.
Hey, Mom, I'm sorry I couldn't get the Polish sausage. They were all out.
Oh, well, what did you get instead? Some other type of sausage?
No, I just, when they were out of Polish sausage, I thought, why not fish?
Wait, who's this guy that's barged into our home with a phone?
Hey, Chuck!
Okay, but this did lead to the funniest thing in the episode.
It's your cousin, Marvin!
which
Marvin
was
Berry?
which was when Tim, I forget his name, the other cooking judge that's not Tom, when the improviser said, "I like Polish sausage," but he made sure to let us know, not in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked at the game man, and the game man said, "Funny you looked at me and said that. Good thing I'm not Polish." Very, very funny, but also very bad.
That was not a good joke. And I wonder if at some other point in his life he's made bad jokes in front of people.
Was that the guy?
So another fun improv thing that happened. So they're all in the
And
Top
now
Chef
Reeves is
kitchen.
talking improv. He broke him.
They were in the Top Chef kitchen. Tom comes in. He says, "Actually, you guys pack up your stuff. You got to go to the house and finish cooking there." Before that, in the kitchen, there was like a whole table set up because they thought they were going to be cooking and they were going to come in there. Come to find, no, the improvisers flaked out. They actually didn't show up to their show, or some of them did. Some said they were going to show up and they didn't show up. They overcommitted to something that they couldn't actually follow through on, and they showed up later and did something else. And only a couple of people were there.
So what happened was some of the improvisers knew about the show for like months. And then the weekend of the show, their friend came into town. They said, well, fuck the show. I'm going to go hang out with my friend because I couldn't possibly spare an hour of my time on my weekend to do the show, then go back and hang out with my friends.
Mm-hmm. And then they reached out and they were like, hey, I know you guys didn't show up. Do you want to do this anymore? And they said, absolutely. I'm more committed now than I've ever been in my life. After I skipped out on that show to hang out with my friend. I'm so committed.
We said, great, because we were worried that you weren't committed. Mm-hmm. But now that we have this reassurance, we'll go ahead and keep you on the team for another year or so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this doesn't involve me, so I don't like it.
We're getting it all out now, fans.
Mm-hmm.
Promise no more after this episode.
So Spike keeps messing up, fixing the soup that he's messing up by playing around with it for 30 minutes. Every time he's like, needs a little more stock. And then he puts more salt in. He goes, it's too salty. I need more stock. No, he puts more stock in. He's not salty enough. I need to put more salt in it.
They did also, another thing for this improvising challenge is that they took away their electronic equipment. They couldn't use the RoboQ.
Can you believe they couldn't do a RoboQ?
They took the RoboQ.
The RoboQ. It's like when I get my stuff together, I know I'm going to cook. I'm like, okay, I got my skillet, I got my oven, I got my RoboQ. How am I supposed to cook without that?
Dude, the last time I saw people fighting over a RoboQ was Michael Bay's Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I go to Whole Foods and the first thing I'm looking through those aisles is like, what can I put in my RoboQ?
Mm-hmm.
What do you got?
RoboQ.
I go to the butcher.
Transform, roll out.
I told you we broke Reeves.
RoboQ, get in here. Get into my office, RoboQ.
He's doing characters.
Oh, your RoboQs, get in here.
Yeah.
All you RoboQs, get into my office.
Reporting for duty.
But this is also another great thing about improv. When you show up to an improv show, sometimes your RoboQ's not going to be there.
Yeah, and you still have to perform just because the RoboQ's not there.
Yeah.
You still got to do it.
Yeah, just because the funniest person on your team didn't show up to the show, you still need to do the show.
Still got to do it.
Yeah, and then after the show, you text RoboQ and you're like, "Hey, we missed you. Do you still even want to do this?" And RoboQ says, "Yes, I'm more committed than ever to be on this team."
And then you say, "Great," because we don't have very many black people on the team.
RoboQ is black. That is canon.
Bumblebee, do you think RoboQ doesn't like us anymore? Is it the form, Bumblebee? Should we maybe just do a monologue into scenes?
Jonathan Witwicky, he's our coach. What do you think? Megan Fox is there too. RoboQ.
Okay, we gotta get through this episode.
So let's see here. Spike doesn't get the food that Richard makes, but careful, Spike, because the judges disagree. They love Richard's food this episode.
Yeah, Spike, and if you want to combat that, come on the podcast and talk to us. You coward.
Yeah. If you don't like that, bring your makeshift beard on the podcast and let's talk about it. If you don't like that either, also come on the podcast and call me out for it. Antonia and Lisa's dish wasn't good, and they didn't use the suggestion. So I want to talk about this. Who are these improvisers? Because the guy in the jacket at the table keeps making eye contact with the camera. There's like twice the guy looks directly at the camera.
I mean, he's an improviser. This is his first time getting a gig on TV.
That's
and his
true.
last time as well. So he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he's got no chance to rebook.
And he might even also say something harmful or hurtful in a live show once, and it'll do really well, get huge laughs. He's not going to get booked anymore.
But you're not going to get booked anymore because you're forever the N-word guy.
Allegedly.
Can I say something that bothered me? Antonia, was it who did the thing where they gave them beers?
Antonia.
Was it Antonia?
No, Antonia.
No.
They had tequila,
shots.
but didn't
They
give
didn't
it
give
to
it to
Big
them.
mistake.
Yeah.
Someone
Huge.
did something where they gave them beers, and the beers were out on the table, and it was a wood table, and there were no coasters, and that upset me.
Oh.
There's going to be a lot of rings.
Yeah, that upset me too.
Mhm.
Well, this is an improviser's house. I mean, that's the least of their problem. This is an improviser co-op. Like, they got rings on all of their furniture.
Mhm.
you
I think it
know?
was the Top Chef people's house, right?
Oh, it was their house?
I think they came. I don't know. I didn't watch the episode.
It was like Russell.
I just listened to it.
Yeah, I just listened to it.
As soon as they said improv, you probably tuned out.
Well, when I said improv, actually, I was like, oh, I'll just go watch an old, like, Death by Ruru film on YouTube, show on YouTube. But that's what I did instead.
I kind of feel like films.
They're little films.
So Dale and Richard win, and they win Calphalon cookware, and I have that stuff, and trust me, it cooks.
Nice. That name sounds like it's from space.
It is. The cookware is out of this world. Tom lets the ladies have it at the bad judges table.
Emperor Calphalon.
Emperor Calphalon.
The RoboQ.
The RoboQ is most disappointing.
Calphalon, I don't know if I understood what your initiation meant. Listen, I know you're new on this team, but you've got to get down with how we play.
You need to rest the game, Calphalon. Come back to it. You'll find it naturally. Don't force the game. Go back to the base reality, Calphalon. Bumblebee.
Mumblebee, do you think we can get Cuisinart to coach us? It might be worth it if we all pull our money together for one session. Okay, that's loud.
But I want him to coach us, not check out his phone all session long.
That's a big deal. That's a big issue. In
Guys, do you
improv.
think Cuisinart liked our stuff?
I
He
couldn't
wasn't
tell
really
he was checking
laughing.
his phone.
I feel like he didn't give a lot of positive feedback.
He only laughed at things that weren't funny? Like, it was like an awkward laugh. Like, I can't believe he said that sort of thing. RoboQ.
Dear RoboQ.
Mind meld. RoboQ.
Okay. So Dale and Blaze win, and then Antonia. But because they win, then she doesn't have to puke because she threatened to puke if Spike won. He didn't win.
That's
Um,
right.
And if she puked, I would have coughed.
Yeah. Oof, I pooped my pants. More
Yeah, and then I
Would have yawned.
would have Oh no.
Do you need to call the guy?
Yeah, let me call the guy real quick. Oh shit, hold on, I have a head. Hey, yeah. No, I did the thing again.
What did you do?
Well, thanks, babe, for taking my call. I needed a thing that your body does, like a vomit or a yawn. And I couldn't think. I just blanked and I didn't say anything. Are you there? Hello? Oh shit, he hung up.
Beep, beep. That was good.
Then I'll come.
And he spelled it
Cut that,
C-O-M-E.
Cut that. Yeah.
Okay, so on the bottom, Antonia and Lisa, and Jen and who else?
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Girl on the go.
Stephanie
Go.
has been on the bottom a couple of times. Surprising.
Yeah.
It turns her out.
Yeah, she's
Um,
gonna be for a couple episodes.
Yep. And so Jen ends up eating it.
Yeah, see, so she sucked shit because their bread didn't look like a wiener.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what Tom said. It wasn't phallic enough. They did asparagus. It seemed like they really tried to pitch it, like on their whole presentation.
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
like
they
that.
had a
And
full thing.
People were into it. It was like asparagus on, I think, fish, and they said a crouton, but it was a full like slice of bread, like
Yeah.
sourdough bread.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was just like a proportion thing that was a little fucked up.
So before we listen to her goodbye, this is one of the longest goodbyes, but also this is like the first goodbye where the contestants actually are saying nice things. But they showed the clips of the contestants being like, "She's such a good chef" and all this stuff. So let's listen.
felt bad when her name was called. It generally felt like she was like, "Oh fuck, I didn't think that was going to happen." Like
Yeah.
it didn't seem like she knew it was happening. It was like it could be anybody.
I think she
Couldn't
thought it
send
was
home
Lacey.
girl and the goat.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
She'd won a couple times already.
Yeah.
All right, let's listen.
Jen, please pack your knives and go. I thought that was a great dish. And I thought we improv with it well. But I appreciate the opportunity. And I'm sorry that I can't go further. I take the critique. I don't necessarily agree with it. I feel like our dish was really good. Maybe it was a little flamboyant, but that was the point. I really don't think there was any reason for me to be sent home.
What happened?
I'm gonna go home. What? Yeah. Bye. It's great to meet you guys. Bye, brother.
Great chat. You're a great chat.
After Zoe was eliminated, I was angry. It definitely made me just really want to win it even more. So I'm a little frustrated right now. Knock him dead, okay? Bye, babe. I wish you guys all the best of luck. Rock it out, cook your own flavors, be top chefs. Peace out.
She scared me when she cooked. I thought she was so good.
No room for error in it. That's it. There's none anymore.
I still have a lot of tricks up my sleeve that I would have liked to use. I'm sorry that I'm not going to be able to do it. I think what I'd like to say to the remaining chefs is you have to bring it more than 110%. You have to bring it like 1,000%.
Dale says she scared him with how good she cooked.
It was very spooky. Blaze was real fucked up about it too. He was pretty upset. I like that the way she said she was eliminated was she just said, "I'm gonna go home." Because if I got eliminated too, that's how I would do it. They'd be like, "Who got eliminated?" I'd be like, "I don't remember. I'm gonna go home though. I'm gonna leave. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm going home on my own volition."
I thought it was a great dish.
Yeah, she seemed like a good cook. I think she got burned on one bad cook.
Yeah.
Which is maybe the impetus for Last Chance Kitchen when it came back.
Yeah. Which we love Last Chance Kitchen when it comes back.
So let's end the episode with a moment of Brian Jackson in action from last week.
What did I do this week? Other than that big old deuce that I dropped before this, it's been pretty low-key week.
And I want to say good job on, making it throughout the entire record.
It seemed like it was just like a one and done, which is nice.
Yeah.
It might have just been like something was like, we gotta go, and like
yeah. And when you were on the toilet, you were like crying, but you were like,
yeah, I wasn't so much pain. I was like,
yeah, and you were fine.
Yes.
Rebellious moment from Reese, and I think I know what this is.
When I was at Whole Foods,
you gave them a customer review of their tortillas or whatever.
Yeah, I looked. When I picked up the tortillas, when I was in the tortilla section, I realized that it was only this. I think it was like an almond flour one that I ended up having to get. I just looked at it and shook my head and went, "Man, this sucks." And then I bought it anyway.
Yeah, and then you're at the front. And you said, "Do better," and they said, "We hire black people."
And you said,
And I went, "Yeah, well, I mean that's what I meant. That's good.
Yeah,
Keep doing that.
Obviously, what I meant.
That part's good. It's just
that's what I meant.
Tortillas.
And
I have
only
a
that.
problem
That's
with.
the only issue.
But that's not your problem. You don't have to do the tortillas.
Yeah,
someone else, Mr. Foods.
Jamal, you have a
moment of
birthday
joy
coming up.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's coming, baby.
why did you have to bring that up on the podcast?
I feel like
We don't
this,
have to-
I
we
feel
don't
like
have time
this is
to talk
joy.
about it.
Well,
We have time to talk about it.
We'll talk about what you did next week, but I just want everyone to know you have a birthday coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm going to Mexico.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm gonna go do some. I'm going to an ayahuasca retreat.
Oh, you're lying again.
Hoping to poop my pants out.
Calphalon. Comedy comes from truth. Stop trying to be funny. Just react naturally, and the jokes will come.
Chuck, it's your cousin, Marvin. Marvin Berry.
It's your cousin Bumble. Bumblebee. Jonathan Witwicky. What a name, Witwicky. Whatever happened to that guy?
All right, until next week, pack on knives and go.
Bye.